It's a Game 7. This series has been stellar. It's win or go home.
Denver just outworking the hustle plays.
They can't miss.
And I didn't see this coming at all, the way this series has gone. It's been an offensive explosion for the Nuggets in that third quarter. Everything going right.
Denver dominates Game 7, and it's on to the second round for the Nuggets.
Good all the way around for Denver. We got to focus in, though, on a guy by the name of Russell Westbrook, because he's been something the last couple games. There's Nikola. He's always something. After Game 1, Russ had an interesting take on his role on the team.
My job is to be able to be the low man and find ways to keep my leg up.
It just kind of mess things up when you get in there. So, yeah, that's something like this. Jumps the route there, gives it to Aaron Gordon for the slam. So making his presence felt, and then misses the foul shot. But look at him, beats everyone to the ball and puts it back in. Emotion, intensity, he's always done that. And then there he goes, steals another one. 36 years old, still bouncy, hanging on the rim a little there. And then he does it again, and he's going to get a little bit more hang time on the rim. Yeah, on the trapeze. He gets a tee, but it doesn't matter at this point. They're up by 30-something points. Here's what it sounded like on the Nuggets broadcast network.
Look out below. There he goes again. That's going to be a technical foul, and Westbrook doesn't care. The only people he's not yelling at is the announcers.
Russ, fourth player ever with 15 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, and 5 steals in a Game 7. Here he is reiterating his role.
My job for this team is to bring my energy, bring my competitive spirit, nature, whatever that may be. I think I told y'all this after Game 1. Excuse my language for my kids at home, but to go in and it up. And that's what I did.
ESPN NBA insider and senior writer Ramona Shelburne joins us now. And Ramona, the Nuggets ownership, they made that decision to fire Mike Malone 79 games into the season. They replaced him with David Adelman, and now they're on to the second round after cruising past the Clippers tonight. So what did that coaching change do for this team?
You know, I was talking to a Nuggets executive before the game, and he said, I don't think we're here in this Game 7 if we don't make that change. And when I talked to Nikola Jokic afterwards, I said, you said afterwards when they made that change, he was standing there in Sacramento for the first game under David Adelman, and he said, when ownership makes a change like that, they do it to give us a jolt. He goes, they got exactly what they wanted out of that change, because the Nuggets have really found themselves in this series. Sometimes, I know it was a 7-game series, they lost a couple of games big, but this game here, Game 7 at home, was their best game since David Adelman has taken over. And you head right into Oklahoma City, where you're playing a 68-win team.
Ramona, you mentioned it. It was kind of a back-and-forth series, some of them a little bit lopsided, but tonight, lopsided as well, because the Clippers, they just fell flat in this deciding game. How was Kawhi Leonard responding to such a disappointing end of the season for his team?
Well, listen, Kawhi said at the beginning of the year his goal was to make it to the end of the year healthy. And that sounds simple, but for Kawhi Leonard, that is everything, because he has always gotten hurt at the wrong times. They've had playoff runs where he gets hurt in the middle of the series, or he's trying to be healthy as he heads into the end of the year. And this year he finally did make it here healthy at the end of the season. He's not going into the offseason trying to rehab something or having another surgery, but he said, I'm still thinking about this loss, even though he's proud of the fact that he's here, but I'm still thinking about the loss, and that's really not, their goal was not to lose in the first round of the playoffs, even though, quite frankly, they lost Paul George as a free agent. Nobody really gave them much of a chance this year. So for them to have the kind of finish they did to the year and close it out, even though they lose in 7 here, is a pretty good end to the year. Yeah,
it's always hard to lose, but especially in a Game 7, the way that they did, such a blowout fashion there. Ramona Shelburne joining us with the latest here on SportsCenter. Ramona, thanks.